How's it going, everyone? So, today's going to be a bit of a chill stream. We have some Patreon sketches to do today. I got this you ever so before we get started, so these are just the 4x6 cards for the Patreon, right? Um we're going to be doing this with anyway, I just came from a convention this past weekend and SnafuCon in Reno, Nevada, and it was a lot of fun. It was like a really small, low key kind of show. I've gone there a couple of times in like years past, but um, anyway, I want to welcome everyone in the Twitch, the YouTube, the Kick, the Instagram, the TikTok, the Picarto, and the oh, I guess we could turn on the Facebook stream. Anyway, I want to give a big shout out to all my Patreon members for man, how many? That's 6 social media. Oh, Chicago, dude! I didn't even realize that was you, Chicago John. What's up, man? What's going on, dude? Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, I have actually have to. I just came back from a convention. I have to prep for another convention, so I was just like, well, I can't work on any big projects right now, and so I was like, oh, I can get these Patreon cards out of the way. So this will be a chill stream. Yeah, I just bought a new graphics card, so I'm just like I'm really trying to stretch its legs right now. So I'm just like we're gonna stream on every platform, and then just how's everything on your end? You know, I don't hang out on TikTok a lot, but every time I do, you're doing something. Like you stay busy. Like, oh, my bandwidth, it's alright. It's alright. If the stream seems if the stream seems solid on your end, so it's like 4 p.m. Believe it or not, I haven't drawn at all today. I've been doing a bunch of domestic stuff. So we're gonna get the like the line sketches. I think we have to do 12 of these, which is not no. Is it 12 or 21? My dyslexic ass, I can't remember. Yeah, I'm just like, cause I don't hang out on TikTok a lot, but every time I go on there, I'm just like, you got something going on. Like, I think I've seen you on like a podcast. I've seen you. You're always putting up. Yeah, you're always putting up. I was gonna say videos. What do you guys call them? TikToks. You're always putting out videos, and I seen you on like a podcast, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Do you go to anyway, hope everything's going well on your end. I'm over here just trying to find time to draw every day. We'll put this up here in defense mode while we continue sketching the other ones. So when we do these Patreon cards, it's always fan art of, uh, it's always fan art, right? And a lot of the times it's characters that I'm not like super familiar with, like of passing knowledge, and especially a lot of characters I've never drawn before. So what tends to happen with the Patreon cards is like the first three or four are like very labored, and then when I get more familiar with like the style of the anime that we're taking the art from, because I try to keep it to the like that house style, right? When I get more familiar with it and I get more comfortable, the last five or six look like immaculate. So normally, so I'm thinking we're gonna do this with like a colored uh multi-liner instead of a black one. Anyway, I will be in Ontario, California this weekend for Anime Expo Chibi. So if anyone's gonna be down south, you can find me at a table there. That'll be my last anime con for the rest of the year. That'll be my last showing in Southern California for a long time. Like I don't think I have another Southern California show lined up confirmed for next year. I'll go put this in defense mode. Uh, for the board art. Hey, sure. What's up? Are mashups okay? Like you want a Yu-Gi-Oh card but mashed up? Yeah, it's like it could be anything. Yeah, it could be like it could be like anything as long as it's just one character. Yeah, I've had in the past, not through the Patreon, but commissions where somebody wants like uh, like somebody's like draw my friend as like a Pokemon trainer or something. Or I've had a lot of, it was really popular for a few years. Somebody was just like, yeah, I want to, you draw my husband, but like in the Iron Man suit. So it would just be a normal Iron Man drawing. And then like the faceplate would be off and I would just draw there. Yeah. So it could be anything. Yeah. TikTok chat. Hey, what's up, Jai? What's up? Getting a lot of spam over on the kick, the kick stream, as to be expected. We are very quiet in the Twitch stream. Oh, Yeah, it's one of those characters where the hairstyle, like the design, the hairstyle looks better from one side more so than the other side. So her left side, um, I just think that the hairstyle design is much better, uh, quarter angle on the left side. Because when you look the other side, it's just like really generic. It almost looks like a bowl cut. Which anime are you drawing? Oh, Gurren Lagann. How uh how old is everyone in here? So yeah, this is for Patreon. So for the Patreon, what we do is it's always just like single character fan art sketches, right? But you get the original ink copies of the sketches mailed to you. I have found that most of the people in the Patreon about my age, so I tend to put older, like, because I'll put up a poll. For those who don't know, we put up a poll once a month at the beginning of the month, and then y'all vote on what the topic is going to be. And over the years, I guess, man, we've been doing Patreon for a long time. I've discovered that most of the patrons are around my age, so I've been putting the subjects a little bit older, and people have been enjoying that more. 38. Yeah, we're close. We're close. Well, Shiro, our the second number of both of our ages are the same. On a say now that we've been on stream for a little bit, I want to say a big hello to the Twitch, the YouTube, the TikTok, the Instagram, the Picarto, the Facebook. Who else we got up in here? Did I say YouTube? We got them too. My GPU's getting hot. Oh, so I just came back from an anime convention um, this past weekend, and they gave us a bunch of free goodies. So what we're sketching with now, it's just a little mechanical pencil, but it's one of these pencils where, and I just haven't seen one of these pencils in so long. It's where you could pull the top off of it. It's where you pull the top off of it, right? And then you could push it back into the bottom, and then the next round comes out. I haven't seen these since I was like a kid, so they handed these out, and I was just like, anyway. Yeah, you know what I'm talking. Yeah, I haven't. This goes back. This is like yo-yo, pog, mood ring, like type stuff. You know. I hope my audio sounds okay for everyone. Just I'm messing around some settings. If it's like clippy or something, you sounds like I'm underwater or whatever. You just let me know. You have a whole a whole smord, a small horde of of pencils. You got five of these. I actually have a pencil. Speaking of hoarding, I have a pencil from second grade. It says it says second graders are number one. I've had this thing. I don't know. I had it with me when I lived with my folks. I carried it with me when I went to college, and I brought it with me when I dropped out. And then yeah, this thing's just been with me, and I've just like never used it, obviously. But I keep it with me in my art stash, office art stash, not yeah. So far, so good. Ah, cool. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, so Shiro, I was thinking if it's cool with you, I just mail both of your Shikishi boards together. So I finally got because the reason I didn't send yours out yet was because I was waiting for some packaging material. I actually have some online orders that I also haven't shipped. So if you've ordered something from me and you haven't seen it shipped yet, that's because I ran out of like boxes to send stuff. So that stuff came in, and I'm in the middle of packing stuff. But yeah. But anyway, now that that stuff's in, I'm thinking I'm just gonna ship your two boards together, if that's cool. Unless you want that, unless you want them sent to separate places, then you just let me know. See, I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose the jawline there. See, I like remember what I said earlier when we started. Like, I haven't every time we do these Patreon cards, I haven't really drawn the character that's chosen for the Patreon cards quite often. Uh, so by the time I get the design down and I get a little bit more comfortable, you could probably see me already getting more comfortable with the character. By the time I get comfortable with it, we're done already. It's just like I gotta sketch it like 10 times and then I'll hold on. I gotta text my wife right now. So, like I mentioned earlier, this weekend I will be at Anime Expo Chibi. That's in Southern California. Uh, that's my last Southern California show confirmed for the year. Uh, Actually, that's my last anime show of the year. Last Southern California show I have scheduled like at all. I don't actually like. I feel like I go to Southern California a lot, but I really don't. I only showcase my artwork down there like 2 times a year these days. So to have like Anime Expo in July, then AX Chibi. That's all I. Damn, I used to go down to like LA and do like little markets and stuff all the time when I first started out. That was like 10 years ago. But like yeah, I guess I only make my way down there 2, maybe 3 times a year now. Shit. You know, I have an affinity for characters who have big, like oversized, like turtlenecks and scarves. It's like one of my favorite things to draw. It's seeped into my like my wardrobe these days too. So that's probably why. Anyway, so I was actually really happy when this character was chosen for the Patreon because because the base design of this, the early designs, the base designs of this character, big old design around the neck. Yeah, it's one of those things where the design is so like the width of it is so wide that if you were to do, oh, what do they call it? Like anatomy checks on it, they look like a fucking giraffe. Ah, weird story. I got hit on at the gym today. Like, so annoying. That hasn't happened. That's the first time that's happened in like 15 years. Yeah. I don't understand that though, because like to me the gyms of, I don't know the word. I guess not sacred's like too strong of a word. That's like where you go to like deload. You know, You're just like you're so tired from everything and everyone. You're just like, I'm gonna go work out and go unstress, de-stress. You feel super uncomfortable at the gym, so you just bench at home or run around. I mean, yeah, during COVID, I actually built a home gym. Um, it was actually it was actually really hard to get weights during that during the time because everybody was building home gyms, so then like parts like plates and bars became very very difficult to get a hold of. I used to have a home gym, but yeah, I don't blame people, particularly like females, for not wanting to go to the gym. Like it sucks. Now, unless you go to, I used to go to a like a warehouse gym, like a private gym, where you go to let me rephrase that. You go to like a commercial gym, you're in for a bad time. You go to like a private owned gym, especially maybe not necessarily CrossFit gym, but one of those where it's like a warehouse where everybody is there for business. Nobody's there to chit chat or whatever. You go for business. Those gyms are lit, but I could not. Like the nearest one of those to me is like a 30-minute drive. That means I'd have to commit over an hour of my day just like get there. And I'm like, nah, I could barely dedicate an hour to stream, and this is my job. You think I'm gonna? You think I can go? Go ahead and put these up here in defense mode. It's the third time I've made that joke. Uh, you gifted your old bench. Hey, that's really nice. That's really nice. I ended up selling my set to what did I put it on? Did I put it on Facebook? I can't remember what I how I ended up selling it, but I sold it. Yeah, I sold it, and I had like the tractor pads. Those like really like the rubber pads are like that thick. You get them at like farming tractor places. Like that's what I laid. If you guys were here during the when we were streaming a lot during lockdown, you guys know that half of my office was my gym, and then the other half, like in the corner, was like the stream and my art setup. So I made the most of it because we had nowhere else to set up here. Um, because at the time my wife was working from home, so like whatever free space we had to commit to her like workstation. So I was just like, so we have this workstation here. I got my workstation, and then we need a gym, and it's just like, yeah. So half of the office here was covered in those like fat tractor things. Yeah, made it work though. Oh man, so you guys know my brother is a professional powerlifter. I think he's still currently world champion in his weight class. I'm talking literal world champion. Uh, he's basically what I'd be if I was like disciplined. But yeah. So he built during COVID. He built like an entire gym in his garage made of wood. It was like the most dangerous fucking thing you've ever seen. Like God, it was like he like he had a bench, right? He had a standard bench, and then out of like really thick planks of just wood. And that's where he sat the bar. And normally I say that's kind of dangerous, but it's whatever. But when you're loading like 500 pounds on there, that's different, right? So anyway, and by 500 I mean like he's loading up for squats and it's just crazy. I was just like, but I mean that's you just did what you had to do, right? Anyway, Shiro, are you going to be making your way to AX Chibi this weekend? The little AX in Ontario. I guess that's true, right? It's either going to work or it's not going to work and you're going to find out real quick. So you can see I'm getting more comfortable with this character design already. And we're getting close to the end. Well, I mean, I guess ultimately I could still. Oh, you know what it is? Normally when I do the Patreon cards, normally I'll like complete it. I'll do the pencils, the line art, and then the hit it with the Copic, and then move on to the next one. I normally don't do all the pencils at once. So hopefully when we go back and ink the early ones, I could kind of clean them up a bit because they were looking rough. Oh, you wish? Oh, okay. As an attendee, I honestly don't know if I would go to Chibi as an attendee. And I only say that because I know there's a lot of options of things to do in Southern Cal in that area. There's like a lot of events, a lot of conventions, and Chibi's so small. I mean, it's in the name. Ah, yeah. Our puppy is the reason why. Well, I mean, there's a there are a lot of other reasons why we're not able to to my family and I are not able to go travel. There's a lot of other reasons, but like one of the reasons my wife won't like leave is because she wants to. She's just like doesn't want to be separated from the puppy. She just doesn't trust anyone to take care of it, which is fair. But normally I would like drag her along to some of the conventions. Well, also our new puppy. I say new. She's like 2 years old. New to me. Hey, Black Mist, what's going on? First person to drop by in the Twitch chat, which is strange. Whoa. Well, okay. Our puppy is like hyper dependent on us. She cannot function unless all of us are home. That's because like we got that puppy back when like some stuff was going on and we were like me and my wife were at home like nonstop. Like I stopped going to conventions and she was home, I was home, and that's how that like the first like year and a half of that puppy's life was. Doesn't know any different. So now when I go, like you said, the grocery store, if I go to the grocery store, that dog flips out. She cannot like she's asleep right now with my wife, but I guarantee you the moment that dog wakes up, she's like, where, where's the other one? But Black Miss, how's it going? I have been having horrible like cramping in my hand, and I thought it was from drawing, right? Because I've been working on a lot of projects lately. Like I've been doing a lot of drawing, but I've actually been doing a lot of video editing lately too, which is really fun. Um, and I've been having a lot of cramps in my hand, and I thought it was from drawing too much. But it was weird because like I draw a lot all the time, and I've never had it. And I was just like, oh shit, maybe I'm getting old. Um, I realized, see how big my hand is? I realized I'm using like a tiny little mouse, right? So I'm really excited because I got a new mouse coming in, and it never occurred to me. This is just one of those dumb things. Like I'm a computer guy, but like it never occurred to me that I'm just losing this little mouse, and it's during the video editing, and that's when I think the pain like got really bad because just so much clicking going on. So I got like an XL coming in, and I'm really excited about that. But yeah, it's pretty bad. Like cramping like a motherfucker. Separation anxiety can get really bad, or hyperventilates and shakes. Yeah, that's how my dog is. Well, she doesn't hyperventilate, but she shakes. She'll whine. just nonstop whining. Um, she's good about not like we've taught her not to like beg. We've taught her to like be patient. She can sit and like just wait for kind of anything. Wait for food. Wait for treats. She can just like anything. But when one of us leaves, or like if my wife goes outside to like water plants or something, once the eye contact is broken, man, that dog goes crazy, inconsolable. Any upcoming cons? Oh, Exit Night is asking if I have any conventions coming up. Yeah, this weekend I have two conventions confirmed for the rest of the year, and a potential third, like a market. So this weekend I have Anime Expo Chibi, which is in Southern California. It's a bit of a smaller show. Um, and then I have confirmed in December San Francisco Fan Expo San Francisco, which is a comic convention. And then potentially also around Christmas time, if I can get approved, um, I'll have a table at the Japantown, uh, San Francisco Japantown Mall where there's an event that my friend holds called the Mini Art Mart. Um, it's cool. It's really fun. It's I've been doing it for like years now, but it's hard to get in. But I potentially could get into. I could potentially have that as my last showing for the year. Yeah. So this weekend is AX Chibi, and then middle of December, San Francisco Comic Con Fan Expo, whatever they call it now, and then potentially in the Japantown Mall in San Francisco again. All right. So gaming question from someone who doesn't game a lot. Has anyone here played Icarus? I haven't played any games in months. The last thing I played kind of was so you guys know I don't play a lot of games, but when I do, it's mainly co-op games so I can kind of like spend some time with my wife. So I don't game a lot, but when I do, it is always some kind of usually it's some kind of crafting game because like or it's either a crafting game or like a first person shooter. And then I always co-op with the wife. The only thing that gets me away from drawing is to go build or kill stuff with my wife. Um, anyway, at the when I finish my next set of cons, I am actually going to take like a week off of work. I know, right? Who's this? So I'm actually going to take like a week off of work when I'm done with all my cons, and we are eyeballing certain games right now. And the one that's top of the priority list is Icarus. If anyone here has played Icarus, I'd love some opinions about it. Okay, so that should be either enough or close to enough. We're gonna go ahead and ink the line art, and then we'll hit it with some Copic markers. Ooh, you know what we could do? We could use this purple. Copic was kind enough to send me a set of multi-liners of various colors. Uh, was this 8 or 5? Yeah, Copic was very kind and sent me a bunch of different multi-liners of various colors. So big shout outs to Copic for supporting artists. Actually, supporting me. Fuck everyone else. Anyway, so I think we are going to use the purple, which I don't think I've touched. I haven't used this one yet. So if that doesn't look good, we'll switch over to one of these other ones. I've used the red one before. This one's nice. Or excuse me, it's wine, box of wine. broken my nicotine sobriety. It was either that. It was either that or break my caffeine sobriety. I went with the arguably less dangerous one. Joe, what's going on, Vince? Oh, so Exia was asking not just upcoming conventions, but any upcoming YouTube videos. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the convention this weekend, but YouTube video, I don't know. Maybe. What's going on, Vince? Am I a Final Fantasy series fan? I am. Well, you know what? I don't know if I can say that anymore because I haven't played one since nine. I've only watched let's plays of anything past nine. I haven't even done any like Final Fantasy artwork like commission wise in like 8 years. People just don't commission Final Fantasy stuff anymore. When I first started, I was doing a lot of playmats, so I must have been around a lot more like gamers because I was doing a lot of custom playmats. Yeah, but yeah, no, I didn't think about it till now. Yeah, nine was the last one I played. God damn. Well, then I'm glad that I'm glad I fell off uh, at the peak then. Yeah, I I haven't really found. You know what it is about the later entries is they're not fantasy enough for me. And I know that you can't have everything look like knights in armor and stuff because that would get really old really fast, right? But it's like it's like ever since 7, everything has been trying to go like a steampunky. No, like there's so much technology involved now. You're fighting a lot more robots in the later ones anyway. It feels like there's a lot more robotics than there are like fantasy. It's like robots with magic. You know what I mean? It like the fantasy element of it is kind of gone. Also, the fact that there's no turn based, I automatically, oh, that's what it was. Once they dropped turn based, I was like, I'm done. I'm straight. I'm good. Yeah, there's none of that. Like, here's the map, and then you got a little sprite walking around. Like they don't have any of that. I get that's like old school, right? But I'm gonna tell you, there's a game called Chained Echoes that I played last year, and that it has like all the it's basically like all the good stuff of every RPG JRPG from like the past 30 years rolled into one. And Mew, how's it going? Uh tech has been in the games. I know there's been like tech in the games, but I'm talking about like now it feels like the Matrix. Like I'm talking about like outside the Matrix, like the real world. It feels like you're in that, and not so much in a place where there's like dragons and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So you're asking questions about piano or guitar vids? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to play the guitar. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I definitely once turn based went away. You know what? That's what it was. For me, there are particular games that just need to be turn based for me. Um, and when you drop that, I'm just like, I'm not interested. Like if I'm gonna go run around and beat things up, I feel like I'd rather go play like a Batman game or something. You know, if I'm gonna button mash, I'll go play Smash Brothers or something. That's probably why I just decided to do the watch the Let's Plays of later Final Fantasy entries because like I'm not interested in the gameplay, but I want to see what happens. Oh, even the Final Fantasy VII remake, the fact that I like when that game was like in production for like 45 years, right? Um, but like when I remember my disappointment when I found out that it wasn't going to be turn based. I'm just like, sorry, that's it's like, well, it's not gonna be turn based. It's gonna deviate from the original story, and we're gonna split it into like 45 parts. I'm like, so it's just it's seven in name and characters only. Ever do a Chrono Trigger commission? I have done a set one of the commission or one of the Patreon sets we did was Chrono. Fit Chain Echoes is a hella good, dude. Chain Echoes is a hella good. Did anyone here play Sea of Stars? I thought that game was boring. My wife and I played it. I think that was last year as well. We had to we tag out so we could just get the game done really fast. So like when one of us gets tired, just tag out. But we didn't even finish it because it got bored. That game, this could just be me, is unbelievably linear, and I don't understand. Like I know the artist who did the artwork for that game. And a lot of my artist friends who I asked their opinion about the game, they're actually really nice about their review of it because for some reason they don't want to say anything bad about the game because we know the dude who did the artwork for it. But anyway, I was just like, this is like the most boring fucking game ever. And by unbelievably linear, I mean it's one of those games where like you go to the next town and they have that particular set of armor, that new armor in that new town, and it is definitively better in every way than the last one you got. So all you gotta do is grind, get the money, get that new set of armor, beat whoever's there, and then you go to the next town, and it's just that over and over and over. It's just like, well, what's the point of giving anybody any upgrades or have if everyone's just and we went into Sea of Stars right after Chained Echoes, and Echoes has a super. It's very explorative, like we were talking about, but the equip. One of my favorite things about that game is the way they have the equipment. You could really build your characters. You have quite a big roster of characters in there, and you could build them in different ways. The recent Part 2 Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was one of the best games Square has made, and it surprised you. Okay. See, I didn't know that it was gonna be because I don't really follow, um, like game news and all that stuff. All I know is like, oh, is that uh, this is me. I see a let's play that shows up in my feed. I'm like, oh, is that game out? Shit, that's me. That's the extent of my me following games. Is that game out? Oh shit! Finally, let's see if it's any good. And I'll play it in the background while I work. Or I'll leave it playing. I won't play it. I'll leave it playing in the background while I work. Yeah, so I didn't know 7 was going to get split up into so many parts. It's set in alternate. Yeah, yeah. I figured that out. Oh, when you're asking about the Chrono Commission, no, I've never done one like to that like degree of heft, but one of the set of Patreon cards we did was, yeah. In regards to those like big collage drawings that I do, the every Dragon Ball character, every Pokemon, every Digimon. Um, just to let y'all know, I've only brought this up once, but I have a particular project that I have to finish first. I can't talk about, or else I'll get sued. Anyway, so projecting around December time, I should be caught up on everything. We are coming close to the 10th year anniversary of my every Pokemon drawing. You guys believe it? It's been, I think, next March or next April is the official 10th year, but it's basically been 10 years, right? Since I've released the first version of that. So to celebrate, as soon as I'm caught up with all my work, we will be doing a set of live streams where I will take the existing line art. We will not be like updating it like we normally do, but we're going to be recoloring the entire thing shiny to celebrate the 10th anniversary. And limited edition orders of that print will be available during the live streams only. And when we're done, I'll close it off, and it's a wrap. So that shiny version, the 10th anniversary version, will only be available while we do that stream, those sets of streams. It's going to be a lot of streams, probably like 2 or 3 weeks worth, because there's a lot of coloring, a couple 100 hours of coloring involved. But for those who are wondering what's my next like every character project, technically that's what's next. So over the past decade, I appreciate everyone who has picked up that Pokemon print. And we're going to celebrate by making a shiny variant. It's going to be lit. Yeah, it's been 10 years. Am I going to update the Journey to the West? Oh, you know what? I got to make a note to myself. I have to catch up on Daima. I'm 2 episodes behind on Daima right now. Hold on. I got to write a note to myself or else I'm going to forget. Thank you for reminding me. I'm not going to update that I'm not going to update any more of the drawings for a long time. Like Daima, first off, I can't do Daima yet because it's not done, so we don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm going to wait. I need it to be like a substantial change. I can't just be like, all right, I'm going to sprinkle like 40 characters, because when the drawing is that hefty, there's that much going on. Adding like 40 characters, 50 characters, it's not going to do anything. You're not going to notice it. I need it to be like a substantial change. So like it goes up to Super Broly right now. So I am missing superhero movie and Daima. That's it. That's all it's missing. So Daima's gonna have to finish. We're gonna have to get like two more movies, and probably like if they go into Moro, we're gonna have to go into like that arc and get that to be done in order for me to justify, revamping that drawing. You know what I mean? Hold on, I gotta write down. I gotta write down Daima real quick. All right, dude. Thanks for the heads up on it. I totally forgot I'm behind on it. Yeah, the seven is the new seven games are not remakes, you know, and I'm cool with that, but they advertised it like it was. You know what I mean? Or maybe they didn't, and me just waiting around for it for like 15 years. That's kind of maybe it's my fault. You know what I'm excited for? The next Legends Pokemon game. Once again, I want to give a big shout out to Copic Marker for supplying me with these multi-liners. They sent me it was like a pack of 10 of these colored multi-liners. Oh, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's been 10 years, dude, since I did the first version of that drawing. Yeah, I did that drawing on I think it was a Wacom bamboo. Like it was a no, no, no. I had the 13-inch Cintiq at the time, and I was working off of a laptop. That's why the resolution on that very first version of the drawing was really low, and all the raw footage of it is in like 480p. Yeah. Anyway, I'm like I want. All right, dude. Uh, all right, dude. Well, happy birthday. Hope you all have some good food and all that tonight, man. Go enjoy yourself. Be safe. All right. So messy. Lung cancer, you make my day. Excuse me. All right. I'm just gonna color these ones that we have done. I have about 20 minutes before I have to go feed the dog. Normally I don't bother erasing, but I'm like exceptionally messy today. So we'll just clean up around the face area. We can leave the pencil marks for everything else. But I think it's nice to have the skin cleared up. See? Then the rest of it you could just kind of leave. That's close enough. Close enough to the color that I want. So since the hair is darker and they're both warm colors, I'm actually gonna you'll put the skin colors down first. That way you can be a little bit more reckless with it, and then you can kind of go outside the lines, and you're gonna cover it up with the red anyway. Oh yeah, earlier we thanked the good folk over at Copic Marker for the multi-liners they sent. I also need to thank them for sending over this set of Chow markers that we're using. So hair, skin, and eyes will be the things that we color in. Okay. Well, this has been a fun stream. I appreciate everyone for hanging out. If you're interested in joining the Patreon and getting a sketch card like this, it's actually a very, very limited amount of slots available in the sketch card tier. It's actually the cheapest you'll ever get a drawing out of me. So you can. How do I get y'all to Patreon? Anyway, yeah. So thank you all for hanging out. I have to go. Basically, the reason I have to leave is because I gotta go take care of the dog. Like it's her dinner time. My wife is still passed out. I'm in charge of her doing her physical therapy. Um, so we had a pretty like aggressive session today. So she's keeled out right now. She's knocked out. So thank you for keeping me company while we do this. I'm gonna finish the rest of the sketches kind of on my own time when I'm done taking care of all this domestic stuff. But if you are going to be in Southern California this weekend in the Ontario area, I will have an artist alley table at Anime Expo Chibi. I will be at the dead center of the room. I'm in like the most center lane, the most center, because the room, they're set up like a like battleships where they have letters and numbers. I picked a table that's like right in the center. So come find me this weekend. Thank you all, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll have another stream tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun one. It'll be short, but will be a fun one. Thank you.